prospectors came out of here over to Atlanta saying that they had found some silver, but gave just a general area. So the next year, 1888, a gentleman by the name of Glenn Graham came in here, and he was a well-respected prospector, had prospected in the Idaho City area, Rocky Bar, and Atlanta. He came in and he came out with some silver, so saying that there was a huge vein of silver on this, just above, actually just before we crossed the river, back up that way. And that he even had this silver. He said it was anywhere from 1 inch to 6 inches wide, this vein, 2 to 3 feet tall, and went who knows how far back in the mountain. That's what he claimed. So he came out, went to New York, and was able to get some New York City and London, England investors of about $1 million. They spent $350,000 of it just putting that road in down there to Graham. So you know they spent a lot of money on just that road.
Wow.
They built it was a hotel, a cafeteria, a restaurant, a brothel. That's what the paper was saying. A dance hall, and they even had a tramway that was to bring the ore down to the stamp mill, which I kind of pointed out to some of you where that bare area is. When the fire came through, it burned all that down. So there is some of the foundation there and some of the metal and whatnot that was left. There were 2 brothers that they hired to freight the goods in and out. And they charged $250 a person to freight them in and out from Idaho City, or 25 cents a pound, and one way. And which seems to now seem pretty reasonable. It's pretty expensive back then. Well, I guess the mine superintendent, the building superintendent, was a really big guy, like 6'9", and weighed well over 400 pounds. And one of those brothers said, "Well, you're not getting away with just the $250 fee. See, I'm going to charge you by the pound." And literally picked him up. This is what the story was. Picked him up, put him on the scale, and ended up paying like I don't know, $75 or something like that, because they would not bring him in. I think that log cabin that we passed part way coming down, it was just part of it was just hanging. That I think was probably a way station for the horses, for them to replenish horses, or for people to stay, as it was probably a 2-day trip or whatever. So they got the mill up and running. They said it ran approximately 8 to 10 hours, and they found absolutely no silver, and shut it down. And the next year, and sent everybody home. And the next year, they kind of had a sheriff's auction, because it went all in default. Had a sheriff's auction, hauled all the equipment out, and then the buildings were all left and whatnot. And they started caving in and falling in, and then about 15 years ago, when this fire came through, as you can see, that's when all that got burned out. But kind of interesting story about a little bit of Idaho history back in here. They say that they're pretty sure that Graham salted that silver mine, and he put silver in there, and then brought some silver that he'd gotten from someplace else.
Oh, jeez.
So he wasn't as well respected as what it turned out that everybody thought he was.
Really?
Well,
That's what I know.
I respect him. I mean, some bunch of foreigners and some Yankees.
His name was Graham, is that what he said?
I believe it was Glenn Graham.
Graham, huh?
I think those brothers that were the freighters, I think their last name was McGee. I think it was George and something, I don't remember.
Fibber? Was it Fibber? Fibber McGee?
No, I don't think so.